Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for you to see what is in store for today, but before we do that, I'd like to ask you to please subscribe to my channel before you leave, and let's get started. So I first off just wanted to say that my husband has a couple friends over, so sorry if you hear them in the background, and also they're kind of playing a little bit of music. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I just wanted to say that before the video started. So as you can see, I'm going to be doing a Boxycharm video. So excited. So for April's box, this is Boxycharm, not Boxy Luxe. So it's Peace, Love, and Boxy is the theme. Cute. So I'll just show you the products. So as you see, this cute lip gloss that I have on right now. Very shimmery and pretty. It's actually something that I've been trying out. Normally I sometimes don't try out any of the products before I do the video because it's a review, but sometimes I like to dig in and get into some of the products first, which I have been trying this lip gloss for I've tried it like 4 or 5 times, so I haven't been trying it a whole lot, but it is the Appeal Cosmetics Holographic Lip Gloss for $21. I was like, a $21 lip gloss, that's kind of expensive. So I wanted to see what was so cool about it. And from wearing it, I've noticed that it leaves the little speckles that you see. Like the gloss kind of goes away, of course, because it's a lip gloss, but the speckles stay, so it's kind of cool. Like it looks like you still have it on, but you don't. Your lips don't look as glossy, of course, but I haven't noticed really anything like that it was doing any more extravagant than any of my other lip glosses. Everything else I have not tried. We have the Luxie The Summer Days 3-piece brush set right here for $28. So there is a contouring brush and 2 eyeshadow brushes, and this is the packaging that it came in. I just took them out so that I could wash them. I actually already have from a different Boxycharm the Luxie 245 small shader, so I will be using the one that I already own, and I have not tried this one. All I did was take it out of the package and wash it. So I'll actually be giving this to you guys in a giveaway in the future. So I'm going to put it back in its bag and give it to you guys in the giveaway. So next I have this Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder, loose highlighting powder in the shade Purple Dream. And it is $27, which I think is a lot, but you do get a lot of product because it's a loose powder. Some of the stuff you get in Boxycharm is a little more expensive because you spend $21 on the box, so they want to give you stuff to make it worth it. So this was $21, so this was basically the price of the box. So next I got this Luscious Angel Eyes Primer. So basically this is an eyeshadow primer and it's $14. So what I was going to do was, with the palette that we got, I was going to use the eyeshadow primer on one eye and then no eyeshadow primer on the other, because normally when I'm trying a palette I want to try it without an eyeshadow primer to see how it does. And last but not least, we got the The Complex Authority Festival palette. So excited. There's actually some glitter shades in here, which I'm really excited to use. They're actual glitter shades, which I've always wanted to try, so I'm really excited about that. So this is $36 and it has 12 shades. 10 of them are kind of regular eyeshadows, I guess. Some of them are shimmers and mattes, and then there's also 2 glitters in there. So I'm really excited. I'm probably going to use one or both of them in one of the looks. I'll do 2 different looks on each eye and we'll see what they look like. I'm really excited. What I thought was also really cool is it actually came with a sample of their eyeshadow primer. I'm not going to be using this today because I'm going to be using the Angel Eye eyeshadow primer, so I'll be using this in a different video, or I may give it to you guys in a giveaway. We'll see what happens. So this is the palette. And this is what she looks like on the inside. So these are the 2 glitters. I'm wondering if they are just glitter on the top and then that waxy stuff at the bottom, or if they're glitter all the way down to the bottom. I'm actually really curious to find that out because I've never tried the kind that didn't have the wax in it. So really excited. And this is actually a pigment palette, so it's not, so pigments tend to stain the eyes, and you're supposed to pack them on versus swiping them. So that's probably the technique that we will be using today. So I'm really excited to try this out. Definitely the glitters are calling to me, and this pink. So we may incorporate those in a look. So really excited. So as you may or may not know, I have a base on. So I have my foundation, concealer and powdered and all that kind of thing. Primer, all that stuff. Next would be contour, blush, then highlight. Normally is like the order that I like to do it in. So I'm going to use the contouring brush and use a bronzer. I don't really like to contour, but I'm going to use my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which I have in this Z palette here. I'm actually going to be doing a video on it in the future and kind of explaining what it is and things like that. But for today, I'm just going to be dipping into it and using this bronzer and seeing how the brush performs. I may have picked up too much, so I'm going to wipe it off and try to continue blending. So I can definitely tell you this brush is not scared to pick up the product. I don't know how it's looking on camera. It kind of looks a little intense on cameras that I can see right now as I'm looking at it, but I don't know how it's actually looking to you guys. But it definitely picks up a lot of product, so I really had to like knock it off and kind of like wipe it off and then keep blending. But I think it's a pretty good brush so far. I mean, I've not used it a million times, but I do feel like it maybe picked up the foundation like just a hair. But I think it's alright. I don't really like to contour. Like I said, I normally just bronze, so, but I think it did pretty good. So I'll keep trying it out and see if I like it. So this brush is okay so far. Luxie brushes are amazing. Like every Luxie brush I've ever tried, I've always liked. They're a really good quality brush. I actually learned about Luxie from Boxycharm and Ipsy. I used to get Ipsy and I got a couple brushes there, so I've always really loved Luxie brushes, so I've never been disappointed by one, but this is the only one that I've kind of been questionable about because I don't normally contour, so that's the only reason. So now we're going to go in with the loose highlighter. This is what the outside packaging looks like. So I'm just going to dip in. I'm going to try to barely dip in because it seems like it's going to be really intense, but I'm excited, so let's just see what she looks like. So I barely put any on just to see the intensity of it, and I feel like it could definitely be buildable. It seems really pretty. Like this theme was like kind of festival-y, so it's supposed to be like kind of a different colored highlighter versus being kind of like a normal color. So we're just going to build her up a little bit more. So it's definitely more intense now, but it looks stunning. What you guys have been waiting for, I'm guessing. I'm going to use the eyeshadow primer and then the eyeshadow palette. And I'm just going to apply it to the eye. So it definitely added pigment to the eye. It's a little dark for me. I wish there was like a lighter shade because like of putting it everywhere, I may not put shadow where the whole thing is. And it's a little darker than my skin tone, but it did like cover the darkness on my eyes, so it's definitely going to be a good base. It seems like it's kind of drying down, but it's still a little bit sticky, so it definitely doesn't set itself, and it kind of has started to crease. I let it sit for a second just to see what it would do, and it does not set itself, so I'm going to buff the creases out with my finger, and I think I'm just going to go straight in because I haven't really tried that method, and I'm kind of curious to try it with kind of a sticky base, so it'll be a first impressions on doing that. Okay, so these glitters are glitter all the way through. They're not like the waxy kind, and this is what they look like swatch. They're absolutely stunning. One of them is a gold shade and the other one is a red with gold glitter in it. So stunning. Trying to figure out what looks I want to do. Maybe a wearable kind of look. I don't know. I'm just going to pack Epic in the crease. So what you want to do with pigment shadows versus like regular eyeshadows is like pat them down and then sweep and blend. So this looks more orangey on the lid than it does in the palette. Like as you can see in the palette, it almost looks like kind of tan-ish, but it looks really peachy on the lid. So I feel like with this shadow in particular, it doesn't really work well if you sweep it, but just packing it on, it looks nice. So now I'm going to go in with Wild Child on the lid, and I'm just going to pack that on. I'm going to take Epic again and then go on top of the crease. And I'm going to use the small shader, which I already have. I'm going to give you guys the one from this kit. And I want to try the 24K gold glitter. I feel like it'd work well with my fingers, but they gave us this brush in the kit, so I want to see how well that works with it. I still wanted you to be able to kind of see the pink under it, so I didn't make it too thick, but I think it looks pretty cool. I've never used any glitters like this, so I'm really curious to see how long they stay on. But these may not be how every glitter like this formula is, but this will be my first time trying that kind of formula, so really excited about that. I already see some like transfer onto the crease, but I tried to not put it on the crease all the way, but if I like look up like that, it's gonna come up, but we'll just see what happens. So I'm gonna take Epic and I'm gonna put that in the lower lash line. So I was like, I'm gonna do the more natural eye on this side, and I ended up doing the intense eye on this side. Oops. So I'll try to go a little more natural with my other look. So I'm gonna use the shade Epic again in the crease. So this side I do not have an eyeshadow primer on, I'm just testing the shadows by themselves, and it seems to be okay sweeping it. So whenever you're using a wet base, I prefer to pack it on, just letting you guys know that's my preferred from trying it for the first time. But actually using this as a regular shadow without any primer, you can sweep it around all you want and it still works just fine. So I'm going to deepen the outer corner with Hidden Desert. And then I'm going to take the shade Sunset and I'm going to use that on the lid. I really like this palette so far. I would like to see how long these glitter ones last, but so far so good. I think it looks nice on the primed side and the not primed side. I feel like the only thing that I would change about this palette is maybe taking out one of these shimmers and adding like a cream shade, because that's normally what I use to like buff out the shades so that they don't look so harsh. So what I did is just wiped off the brush and kind of like just buffed the edges out just plain, but normally I like to use a cream shade to do that, but that would be my only difference that I would do with this palette. I like it so far. I want to know how long these glitters last. As you see, there's definitely transfer on the lid, but I feel like it looks really nice and I'm excited to see how long it lasts. And I was so happy that I didn't have to use a glitter primer, but we'll see if that lasts longer than a glitter primer. If you guys would like me to do a video where I see if a glitter primer lasts longer than this type of glitter that doesn't have a primer, definitely let me know if you'd want to see something like that. And that was all the products. So I think I pretty much so far liked everything. The lip gloss seems fine for $21. It's kind of expensive. The brush set seems really good. Love Luxie brushes. You should definitely check them out. If you want a more like cheaper but good quality brushes, I'd go with Morphe or e.l.f. brushes. The Artist Couture highlighter seems gorgeous. For $21, that's kind of expensive, so get at your own risk. It's gorgeous, but there's other shades and stuff, but I don't know. The eyeshadow primer, I still need to test that out with this look and see if I like it and want to use it in the future, but I'll definitely keep you guys updated. And the eyeshadow palette seems good, like I said so far. I want to know how long the glitters last. My only complaint was that it didn't have like a cream shade, but that's just a personal thing, so other than that it seemed fine. The shadows blended and everything seems good. So yeah, I think this month's was a hit. Some of the products I feel like were kind of expensive, but they sometimes are, but I feel like everything was pretty good quality, so if you got it, I don't think you'd be disappointed. The only things that I'm not really like 100% sure about yet are the eyeshadow primer and the palette. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any video suggestions, please comment them down below and check the description box for more information about the video. My Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at GlamGirl. See you next time.